Welcome student. In this class we will discuss Indian financial system. Indian financial system is very important topic for in Indian economy, and these topics cover Indian money market, Indian capital market, insurance sector, financial institution, NBFC, that is non-banking financial institution. Okay, so all these topics with this Indian financial system include. Okay, you see there are three components of Indian financial system, right? One is Indian financial system, three component. One is Indian money market. First is Indian money market. Second is Indian capital market, and third one is insurance industry. Getting well now? So there are three components of Indian financial system. First is Indian money market, second is Indian capital market, and third institution is insurance sector. Okay, all the three units of Indian financial system holds different objective. You see, the objective of Indian money market to ensure short-term investment, short-term है ना deposit or investment, you can say, to a certain extent. Okay, whereas the objective of ICM is to ensure long-term investment, term investment. Getting well? Actually, the main objective of IMM is to regulate coins and currency. To regulate coins and currency. Coins and currency. It is clear, na? Right? Indian money market regulate coins and currency. Its objective is to regulate coins and currency. You know that previously, right? Barter system developed as a means of exchange, na, in which object was exchanged, na. One object in lieu of another object was put to exchange. But there was a limitation of barter system. It was not capable to fulfill the entire requirement of the people. Okay, so that's why there was a need to evolve a universal means of exchange, and hence coins and currency evolved. Okay, coins and currency are means of exchange, and there was a need to regulate coins and currency properly. So that's why Indian money market came into origin. Indian money market include banking system, right? Banking, non-banking, private banking, right? Indian banking system, public sector or commercial bank, cooperative bank, right? NABARD, regional rural bank, land development bank, industrial development bank, right? It is clear, na? They constitute the part of Indian money market. The objective of Indian money market is to regulate coins and currency, but objective of insurance sector is to manage capital for setting up of large industry. Okay, this is the main objective of Indian capital market, right? To manage the capital through for setting up of large industry. How capital managed? So capital is managed through sale of share and debenture. Getting well, right? And hence the stock market, capital market constitutes the part of ICM. Getting well. So objective of Indian money market is to regulate coins and currency. Objective of Indian capital market is to manage capital for setting up of large industry. Okay, and the third organization is insurance sector. So objective of insurance sector is to ensure economic stability in the life of the people. Getting well, na? Right? है ना? So what is the objective of insurance industry? Its objective is to ensure economic stability in the life of the people. Getting well, na? All the three organizations, namely Indian money market, Indian capital market, and insurance sector, collectively constitute Indian financial system. Getting well, na? Now see, as far as the question of Indian money market, actually all the three organizations poses different objective. Clear, right? As for example, Indian money market regulates coins and currency. Indian capital market, objective of Indian capital market is to manage capital for setting up of large industry, and objective of insurance sector is to impart economic stability in the life of the people. Okay, suppose if any person takes a insurance plan through by the of LIC, okay, If after paying few installment he die, then his family get the assured amount at a time. Okay, so this type of economic stability is guaranteed by insurance industry. Getting well, right? Now see, as far as the question of insurance sector in Indian money market is concerned, so Indian money market is regulated by different laws, right? Like first law is RBI Act, RBI Act 1934. Okay. Next is Banking Regulation Act, Banking Regulation Act 1949. These are the two principal laws governing Indian money market. One is Indian RBI Act 1954 and second is Banking Regulation Act 1949. Getting well? These are the two principal laws which regulate Indian money market. Getting well? Indian capital market, on the other hand, is regulated by Security Contract Regulation Act 1956. Okay, this is the first act, right? And second is SEBI Act 1992. Getting well, right? These are the two basic particularly principle which regulates Indian capital market. Getting well, right? One is Security Contract Regulation Act 1956 and second is SEBI Act 1992. Okay. Similarly, insurance industry is being regulated by, right, Insurance Act 1938. Okay. LIC Act 1956 and GIC Act 1972. Okay, right, and also IRDA Act 1999. Okay, getting well now? Actually, Indian money market is regulated by RBI Act 1954 and Banking Regulation Act 1949 now. Okay, Indian capital market is being regulated by Security Contract Regulation Act 1956 and SEBI Act 1992. Okay, and insurance sector is being regulated by Insurance Act 1938, LIC Act 1956, GIC Act 1972, and Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999. Getting well? So actually, these are the governing laws for different organization and different institution or different wing of Indian capital market. Getting well now? For Indian money market, it is RBI Act 1984 and Banking Regulation Act 1949. For capital market, it is Security Contract Regulation Act 1956 and SEBI Act 1992. And for insurance sector, right, the act is Insurance Act 1938, LIC Act 1956, GIC Act 1972 and IRD Act 1999. Getting well now? And clear now? And you know that all the three organizations poses different objective now. Its objective is to regulate coins and currency, right? Banking institution constitutes the part of Indian money market. Objective of Indian capital market is to manage capital for setting up of large industry, getting well, through sale and purchase of share and debenture. Okay, and the objective of Indian insurance sector is to ensure economic stability in the life of the people. Okay, and the three organizations are regulated by different laws, right? Like Indian money market is regulated by RBI Act 1984 and Banking Regulation Act 1949. Okay, capital market is being regulated by Security Contract Regulation Act 1956 and SEBI Act 1992, and insurance sector is being regulated by Insurance Act 1938, LIC Act 1956, right, GIC Act 1972 and IRD Act 1999. Getting well? Again, you see, as far as the question of Indian money market is concerned, so Indian money market is regulated. This is the regulating. These are the laws which regulates Indian capital market, Indian money market, and Indian insurance sector. No? But actually, you see, Indian money market is presently regulated by RBI, right? RBI is the, है ना, RBI is the regulating agency of Indian money market. Getting well? Actually, you see, previously it was being regulated by Imperial Bank of India. Imperial Bank of India set up in 1921. Okay, actually Imperial Bank of India was set up in 1921, and it was set up through merging three presidential banks. You know that in 1806 Bank of Bengal was set up. In 1840 Bank of Bombay was set up, and in 1843 Bank of Madras was set up. Right, these were referred to as presidential bank. They were liable to print the currency and circulate it in their respective presidency. It is clear na? Later they were merged to form a single bank known as Imperial Bank of India, right? And Imperial Bank of India, the merger of this bank was also with the objective to create an institution, right, which will regulate the entire Indian money market in India. Okay, but you see, Hilton Young Committee was set up in 1926, which recommended for setting up of RBI. Okay, and again Central Banking Inquiry Committee was set up in 1930. It also recommended Hilton Young Committee's recommendation that there is a need to set up Reserve Bank of India type of institution to regulate Indian money market. The government accepted it, right? And you see, RBI Act 1934 was passed. Okay, and under this act, RBI came into existence on April 1st, 1935. Okay, initially the entire capital of the RBI was in the private hand. Okay, later the government decided to purchase the entire share of RBI. Okay, and hence on 1st January 1949, RBI was nationalized. It is clear na? So RBI was nationalized actually because the government purchased the entire share from the private person. It is clear na? Okay, and hence RBI is the apex organization to regulate Indian money market. Every organization working under IMM, that is Commercial Bank, Cooperative Bank, Regional Rural Bank, Industrial Development Bank, okay, Agricultural Development Bank, NBFC financial institution, okay, like Mahindra Banking Limited, Muthoot Finance will operate under the regulation laid down by RBI. Okay, it is clear na? So prior to RBI, it was the Imperial Bank of India which was regulating Indian money market. Getting well na? You see, similarly, Indian capital market, to regulate Indian capital market for the first time, in Indian CCI was set up in 1948. Controller of capital issue, right? Controller of capital issue was set up in 1948, right? Controller of capital issue. It is clear na? But CCI was previously regulating the Indian capital market. Okay, but later you see CCI was replaced by SEBI, right? SEBI of 1988, and later it was replaced by SEBI of 1992. Getting well, right? What is the basic difference you see? Actually, CCI was the organization to regulate Indian capital market. Okay, it was regulating Indian capital market, right? But actually it was not satisfactorily functioning enough. So that's why President through executive notification, okay, set up SEBI in 1988. Oh, getting well now? So the SEBI set up in 1988 was a non-statutory organization. It is clear na? You know that actually there are several ways to set up the organization. Some organizations are mentioned in the Constitution itself. So this is referred to as constitutional institution like CAGI under Article 148. Okay, Supreme Court under Article 124. It is clear na? Right? Election Commission under Article 324. So they are the constitutional institution. Okay, some institutions are set up through passing an act, and such type of organization is referred to as statutory organization. Okay, like GIC Act was passed in 1956 to set up GIC, right? RBI Act was passed in 1955 and hence RBI came into existence. It is clear na? So the organization which is set up through an act of the parliament or legislature is referred to as a statutory organization. The organization which is figured in the Constitution of India is referred to as constitutional institution. Okay, but if the organization is neither constitutional nor statutory, but if executive or president of India through notification also holds the right to constitute the organization to institution. Okay, so this is referred to as extra constitutional non-statutory organization set up by the executive order. This was the case of planning commission. Okay, so similarly Niti Aayog. So similarly, what happened in case of SEBI? In 1988, the president issued notification and hence SEBI came into existence. But 4 years after, the Indian Parliament passed SEBI Act 1992. So now SEBI is a statutory organization, right? But the SEBI set up in 1988 was non-statutory organization because any act was not passed for this or constitution. Getting well now, right? So actually Indian money market was previously regulated by Imperial Bank of India, set up in 1921, but now it is being regulated by RBI, which came into existence through RBI Act 1934 and came into existence on April 1st, 1935. No? Okay, so it regulates Indian money market. Indian capital market was previously being regulated by CCI, that is Controller of Capital Issue, but later it was replaced by SEBI, set up in 1988 through presidential notification. And again, particularly 4 years after, in 1992, Indian Parliament passed SEBI Act 1992, thus setting up of SEBI, and hence SEBI came into existence. It is clear now? So actually, getting well now? So what is Indian money market? It is clear. What is particularly Indian capital market? It is clear now, right? Now see, the third organization is insurance sector. Okay, so you see, a official of RBI who was known as controller of insurance used to regulate insurance sector in India. Okay, controller of insurance, controller of insurance, controller of insurance, controller of insurance, insurance, who was an official of RBI, was regulating the insurance sector. It is clear now, right? Previously regulating the insurance sector, but in 1993, Malhotra Committee was set up, right? Malhotra Committee recommended to introduce reform in the insurance sector, and Malhotra Committee recommended that on the line of RBI and on the line of SEBI, a autonomous organization should be set up to regulate insurance industry. Right, Malhotra Committee suggested to set up Insurance Regulatory Authority, right? But finally, Indian government and Indian Parliament passed SEBI Act 1999 and hence IRD Act 1999, and now you see, IRDA is the regulating agency of insurance sector. Getting well now, right? Previously, it was being regulated by Controller of Insurance, who was the official of RBI. Right now, it is being regulated by whom? It is being regulated by actually IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. Getting well now, right? So, what is the position? It is clear now. But the Indian money market is regulated by RBI and is governed by two rules: RBI Act 1984 and Banking Regulation Act 1949. Right, Indian capital market is regulated by Security Contract Regulation Act, okay, Security Contract Regulation Act, and also SEBI Act 1992. Getting well now, right? And was previously regulated by CCI, set up in 1948, but now it was replaced by SEBI. Getting well now, and now SEBI is the regulating organization for Indian capital market. Getting well now. And insurance previously insurance industry was being regulated by Controller of Insurance, who was the official of RBI, but on the recommendation of Malhotra Committee, the government, Indian Parliament passed IRDA Act and hence Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority was set up. Now the IRDA is regulating insurance sector. Getting well? So what is the difference? It is clear now, right? Again you see, when you will utilize your money in Indian money market, this money will be referred to as, right, you will use the term saving. It is clear na? Right? If you will deposit the money or saving or bank deposit, it is clear na? Deposit. What is bank deposit? Is clear. Money utilized or used in the Indian money market is referred to as deposit. Getting well? And the money which will be used in Indian capital market is referred to as investment. Okay? Is referred to as investment. Getting well? Right? In Indian money market, it is referred to as bank deposit. Okay, or simply deposit, it is clear now. But in Indian capital market, it is referred to as investment. Okay, right? And in particularly, when you will use money in insurance sector, it is referred to as premium amount. Premium amount. Getting well, right? What are the different particularly different term? It is clear, right? In insurance Indian money market, the term bank deposit is used, right? In Indian capital market, investment is used, okay? And in insurance sector, premium amount is used. Getting well now? Premium amount. Getting well? One important point, if you will make investment in Indian money market, so you will get benefit in the form of interest payment. Getting well? Bank will pay you the interest on the amount you deposit in the bank. Okay, right? Interest payment. Getting well? If you will make investment in Indian capital market, getting well? So you will get return in the form of dividend, right? Dividend. Okay, dividend, right? Getting well now? If you will invest money in the Indian money market, you will get benefit in the form of interest payment, na? Right? But if you will invest money in Indian capital market, it is referred to as dividend. Okay? If you will purchase the share, then whatever particularly the profit you will earn is referred to as dividend, na? But if you will invest your money in the capital market through mutual fund, then whatever money you will get is referred to as NAV, that is net asset value. Getting well, right? Either you can directly invest in the purchase of the share, or you can invest in the mutual fund, right? And via mutual fund you will invest money in the Indian capital market. Na? If you have directly invested money in the Indian capital market, you will get in the form of dividend. But if you will invest money in the Indian capital market through mutual fund, then you will get the benefit in the form of net asset value, that is NAV. Getting well? And you see, whatever money you will get from insurance sector is referred to assured amount. Here you will get it in the form of assured amount. Getting well now? So in Indian money market, in the form of interest payment. In Indian capital market, it is in the form of dividend or NAV, that is net asset value, right? Dividend, if you will directly invest in the share to purchase the share of any company, then it is referred to as dividend. But if you will invest money in the mutual fund, and whatever benefit it will happen, which will be paid to you, is referred to as net asset value, that is NAV. Okay? But you see, whatever money you will invest in the insurance sector, you will get return in the form of assured amount. It is clear now? Again, see, assured amount. Getting well now? Again, see, if you will invest money in Indian capital market, Indian money market, you will be referred to a bank customer, okay, right? And you will always be treated outsider. Getting well, na? Customer is always treated outsider. Getting well, na? But if you will invest money in Indian capital market, right, you get the ownership right of the country, ownership right of the company, because you become shareholder, right, of the company. It is clear, na? So actually here you will be treated outsider or called as bank customer. It is clear, na? But if you will invest money in the Indian capital market, you will be given ownership right of the company. That is clear, na? You will become shareholder. Here you will become bank customer. Here you will become particularly shareholder of the company. But if you will invest your money in the insurance sector, you will be referred to as policy holder. That is clear, na? Policy holder. Here you will be referred to as policy holder. Policy holder. Getting well, right? So what is the basic difference between Indian money market, Indian capital market and insurance sector? It is clear, na? Right? Objective of Indian money market is to regulate coins and currency, and you know that to bank are set up to regulate coins and currency mainly, na? Right? So that's why a banking system will come on the Indian money market. Okay. Actually, objective of Indian capital market is to manage capital for setting up of large industry. Okay. A stock market comes under this category, that is Indian capital market, na? And objective of insurance sector is to manage capital for setting up of large industry. Getting well, na? Okay. So what is the domain of Indian capital market? You got particularly in one, in general, particularly you got the general view about the difference in Indian capital market, Indian money market and insurance sector. Getting well, na? Right? You see what actually it means three wings are working in different area, na? Right? Under the first area is the Indian money market, second is the Indian capital market, and third is the insurance sector. It is clear, na? Getting well, na? So if a banking organization will simply deposit the money and give loan, okay, then it is the normal function of Indian money market. Okay. If insurance sector will, if particularly you see under Indian capital market, you will be allowed to conduct sale and purchase of share and debenture. So this is the basic function and main function of Indian capital market. And main function of insurance sector is to issue different insurance policy which you will particularly get. It is clear, na? Actually, what happened, you see, it means if there will be any dispute arising out of banking institution, it will be adjudicated by RBI. The RBI will from time to time issue directive to the Indian money market, na? Right? And it will be in the form of monetary policy to be noted. Right? Monetary policy is issued by RBI. It is clear, na? Similarly, you see SEBI will issue rules and regulations from time to time to regulate Indian capital market. It is clear, na? Right? And actually IRDA will also issue instructions from time to time. It is clear, na? Right? Actually in 2015, 14-15, SEBI Act was amended. Okay? So SEBI Act was amended in the light of the dispute which happened in case of Sahara India. It is clear, na? Right? Who was not ensuring the payment of the rupee as maturity amount to his customer. It is clear, na? So under this, SEBI was given additional power to attach the property of the company, right? And through sale of this particularly property to ensure the repayment of the money to the customer. It is clear, na? So this change was made in context of Sahara India. It is clear, na? Sahara scam. Getting well, na? You see what happened. Normally they function in their own sphere of influence and get directive from their respective head, na? As for example, if the SBI is the bank, na? So it will be under the directive of RBI, right? NES, National Stock Exchange, Mumbai, will be under the direction of SEBI, right? LIC will be under the direction of IRDA. It is clear, na? Right? Normally, if LIC is issuing a general life policy, So it will have to go through the directive of IRDA, na? Right? There is no need to go through the direction taken by the RBI or SEBI. It is clear, na? But what happened, right? Some particularly problem developed, right, in recent period. Listen, na? What was the problem? Normally everything is going on and different agencies, namely RBI and SEBI and IRDA were performing their work properly. Okay? But you see, in 2013-14, a new dispute arose. It is clear, na? What was the particular dispute you see? Normally, I am giving the example. कि normally LIC है ना float the policy, life insurance policy ना. Suppose under any policy the provision is if you will deposit 10,000 rupees per annum as a premium amount up to 20 years, then on 20th year you will get 50 lakh rupees. This is a type of policy. This is general insurance, general life insurance policy. This is general life insurance policy. Getting well now? Right, what was the nature of this policy? Nature of the policy was, right, you deposit 10,000 rupees per annum, right, up to 20 years, and on 20th year you will get 50 lakh. So assured amount is 50 lakh na, premium amount is 10,000. That is clear na? Suppose in midway, if the assured people, the people who has taken the policy will die, so his family will get the assured amount immediately, the entire amount, right? Even suppose after 4 years, of the starting of this policy will die. Then after his death immediately the family will get particularly 50 lakh rupees, which is the assured amount now. So this type of economic stability is assured by the insurance sector now. But you see, in 1913-14, LIC started a new policy known as ULIP, ULIP, which is known as, right, unit linked insurance policy. Okay, what was the policy you see? In this policy, the provision was you deposit the premium of 10,000 rupees per year up to 20 years. Okay, on 20th year you will get 30 lakh rupees. 30 lakh rupees. It is clear, na? But at the same time in this policy, it was said that if out of your premium amount, right? Suppose 10,000 is the premium amount, no? So out of your premium amount, LIC will utilize suppose 50% of the amount, right, for the purchase of share and debenture from the stock market. Okay, and whatever profit which will be earned by through sale and purchase of share and debenture, every year the policy holder will get, right? So this is the additional market benefit. It is clear, na? In normal general insurance policy, you are getting 50 lakh rupees after the end of 20 years, na? Right? But in UNIP plan, you will get only, the assured amount is only 30, less than 50 lakh. But what other benefit is, right, if you are paying particularly 10,000 as premium amount, na, so LIC will purchase share and debenture of 5,000 per year from your amount, the premium amount, right, and whatever the profit the share will earn, you will also get as a market benefit, na, because this is unit linked. Unique means share or debenture. Getting well, na? So this plan is referred to ULIP plan, right? So how ULIP plan is quite different from general insurance plan, it is clear, na? In general insurance plan, you get the assured amount, but in ULIP plan, that is unique link insurance policy, right, along with the assured amount, you are also getting the benefit in the form of capital investment in the stock market, right? Who will conduct on behalf of you? The LIC will itself make an investment, and whatever profit LIC we earn will pay to its customer, that is policy holder, every year. It is clear, ना? यदि फायदा हो गया तो मिलेगा, नहीं फायदा हुआ तो नहीं मिलेगा. हो सकता है कि आपको हो सकता है कि आपको 1 करोड़ रुपया भी मिल जाए, प्रॉफिट यदि उतना हो जाए तो. इट इज़ क्लियर ना? तो व्हाट इज यूलिप प्लान, इट इज़ क्लियर ना? तो LIC फर्स्ट स्टार्टेड यूलिप प्लान, right, and following it almost 14 other insurance sector started the same type of plan. It is clear, na? So actually the matter was going on, but you see, SEBI directed all the 14 insurance company, including LIC, to stop ULIP plan because they had not taken prior approval from SEBI. Because sale and purchase of share and debenture come under the domain of Indian capital market, which is regulated by SEBI. Na? That is clear, na? So actually, SEBI directed all the 14 insurance company to stop the plan. On the other hand, IRDA directed all the company to continue the plan. So it was a legal crisis or not? Because you see, SEBI is the statutory organization set up by the Act of the Parliament. IRDA also holds the same power now, because it is also a statutory organization. So it will create a confusion or not, which organization should be followed or not. Getting well? So finally, Finance Ministry of India intervened the issue, and final the verdict was given that since these organizations are purely associated with the insurance sector, so that's why they should follow the directive given by IRDA but not SEBI. It is clear, na? So this problem, actually you can say that ULIP is multi-brand financial product. It was not the example of single brand. This was single brand, na? But it was multi-brand financial product. It is clear, na? So that's why ULIP, in ULIP plan, there were dispute. Getting well, na? So in 2014, UPSC maths, this question was raised. Okay, right? And you see, just after 1 or 2 years, the question was, some of the economic experts give suggestion that SEBI, IRDA and RBI should be merged to form a superorganization. Why? Okay, so the suggestion is because you see, now most of the financial institutions floated multi-brand financial products. Okay, as for example, SBI is the component of Indian money market, and its objective is to regulate coins and currency. Na? But at the same time, SBI started SBI Mutual Fund. Okay, and SBI Life Insurance. It means SBI Mutual Fund, through issuing SBI Mutual Fund, right? SBI entered in the domain of capital market, right? Through starting SBI Life, it entered in the field of insurance sector. Na? So certainly, since most of the financial organizations are floating multi-brand financial product, that's why confusion arises. Na? So if all the components, that is RBI or UC, SEBI and IRDA will be merged to form a superorganization, then this type of problem, right, of unity of direction will not develop in this case. It is clear, na? Right? So actually, that's why certain economic experts suggest that all the organizations should be merged to form a superorganization. Getting well, na? So what is the domain of Indian money market? What is the domain of Indian capital market? And what is the domain of Indian insurance sector? It is clear, na? Right? In my next particular video, I will discuss each topic separately, that is Indian capital market, Indian money market and insurance sector. Best of luck. Okay. Thank you.